Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Laura. I upload videos usually about once a week, mainly about makeup and sometimes about hair, lifestyle, fashion, all that good stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so you get updates whenever I upload a new video. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at Loria1, where I post mainly lifestyle and fashion type photos, so please follow me there as well. Today, I am so freaking excited for this video. I'm going to be talking about the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know like literally everyone has reviewed this palette, but I finally picked it up. I was kind of on the fence about it, and it's kind of pricey because it's in US dollars and I live in Canada, so the exchange rate isn't particularly great. But I finally splurged on it. So I'm going to be reviewing this, and then I'm also going to be talking about the Morphe Eye Slay brush collection. So I'm going to be applying the eyeshadows from the Jaclyn Hill palette with some of these brushes. So it's going to be kind of like two reviews in one. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright, so unfortunately the box got a little bit damaged. I can show you, I don't know if you can even see because it's too bright, but it got a little damaged at the top. I was told, because I didn't actually go to the store to pick it up, my parents were in the States and they picked it up for me. So I was told that the store people at Ulta said all the boxes were damaged, so not a whole lot they can do about it. So it is what it is. I know there's like a bit of controversy about, I think, this palette as well as her more recent collaboration with Morphe about like batch codes or something. This is JH2. I don't know if that means anything. I heard mostly great reviews about this palette, the odd negative review. So I'm curious to see for myself what this palette is like. And then as far as these brushes, I heard some negative reviews about them, so I'm actually really nervous about using these. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm not a professional makeup artist at all. I literally just do this for fun. I enjoy decorating my face, my eyes. I'm a creative person. I'm a graphic designer. That's what I do for a living, so I enjoy decorating things. So yeah, makeup is just kind of like a hobby, a passion of mine. That's about it. So let's just open her up. Ooh, come on. So I guess I can get rid of this bubble wrap. I really appreciate that it came in bubble wrap because, oh my god, this is such a gorgeous palette and it's like bigger than my face. Wow. Okay, so we got all the 35 colors. Okay. We got all the shade names on the back. I don't believe they're not labeled inside. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Sometimes I just go on Instagram and just stare at pictures of this palette because it's so freaking gorgeous. Oh boy, I'm already overwhelmed by these colors. Holy. Whenever I see Morphe palettes online, most of them have 35 shades and I'm just like, yeah, okay, you know, I could create a look with this easily. And then I'm looking at this one and it's like, holy crap, like I don't even know where to start. So this is the palette in all its glory. Just look at the shade range, look at just the, oh my god, like they're just so pretty. Oh, okay, I don't even know where to start with this. There's so many mattes, there's so many metallics. I wanted to create a look that uses as many of these as possible, but I have no idea. Oh, I'm like so scared to just like jump into these. The pan sizes look a little bit smaller than, for example, like my BH Cosmetics one. They might be the same. It might just be this packaging that makes them actually look smaller than they really are. I'm not 100% sure. Oh wow, there's some really cool shades in here, like really, really unique stuff that I've never seen before. I might start off with putting this light shade in the crease. That one's called Beam. So you know what? Actually, let's use some of my new brushes for this. I really like this packaging actually. Okay, I'm totally just procrastinating right now. All right, so I'm gonna take this brush. It probably has a name. It's either the Crease Fluff brush or the Deluxe Blender brush. Okay. Just like lightly tapping. I don't know how much this brush picked up. I don't know how pigmented this is, so we're gonna find out. Oh, this actually might be a shimmer shade. Oops. Okay, well, it's pretty. Yeah, because my lids are kind of like glistening right now. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the first shade, which is called In Light, and just put that over top. Hopefully that's more of a matte. Okay, turns out those two first shades are shimmers, so actually never mind. Oh, they'd make super pretty highlights. Like, look at that. Oh, that's stunning. Okay, changed my mind. So I'm actually gonna go on to the third shade, which is called Silk Creme. And for real though, okay, there we go. Yeah, because this matte is just really picked up on the brush. So I'm actually gonna put that in my crease. I can't really see much of this shade on my lid. It definitely picked up on the brush, but I don't know if it's really transferring. But I'm gonna keep going because maybe it's a lighter shade. Maybe I'm gonna like try my best to use as many shades as I can in here, so I'm gonna use just the next one, which is MFEO. Don't know what that stands for. Oh, yeah, this is really picking up on the brush, but okay, I'm starting to see some transfer. I guess, I mean, these are transition shades, so I guess you're not really gonna see like too much pigmentation. You know what, I might switch to another brush because I don't know if this is really doing a whole lot. I really want to do like a warm toned, like the same look that all the YouTubers do, but I also want to do something a bit different. You know what, I wanted to do like the yellow and blues and stuff, but I'm really leaning towards these reds and pinks, so I think I might just go with that instead. I think maybe I'll put some of this shade in. So that one is called Roxanne, and I'm gonna stick that sort of in the outer crease area. Okay, really not a fan of this brush. I feel like it doesn't really help me blend that well. It might be good for just sort of packing on color. I might need another one to just kind of help me blend. Though actually, if I use a lighter hand, it's not terrible. I think I was just too aggressive on this eye. Okay, so far so good. I'm really liking these colors. Super, super unique. Very, very flattering. Ooh. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my god. I mean, I was expecting to like this palette, but holy. Okay, so I'm gonna use a different brush because I'm not such a fan of this one. The other one was fine. I'm gonna go back to my tried and true, also a Morphe brush, the M507, my favorite brush ever. I thought only beauty influencers talk about, oh, it's my favorite brush, but like this is actually my favorite brush. It's so good, it's so versatile, I love it. So I'm gonna take some of this rust red color, I think that one's called Hunts. I'm just gonna go over top of what I just did, but just sort of stick it in like the outer V. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm super impressed. I hear this is better quality than Morphe palettes, like the regular Morphe palettes. I'm just gonna blend that in. So I can't say how it compares to other Morphe palettes because this is the only Morphe palette that I've ever used. They used to be really hard to get to Canada, so I just never bought them because it was kind of expensive to get them here. Now there are some stores that import them, and then Morphe has also created a Canadian website, so it's actually a lot easier to get them here. But right now I'm kind of set as far as palettes are concerned. I don't really want to run out of space, and I'm trying to save a bit of money. So I'll stick with what I have right now, but I'm so happy with this palette so far. I definitely say this would be a beginner-friendly palette. The only thing is there are a lot of colors, so people might get a bit overwhelmed, especially if you don't have a strong background in like mixing colors and things like that. Like if you don't have really like an art background, it might be very overwhelming to sort of pair colors together. But I mean, you can create so many looks, and so many looks have already been done, so just, you know, look up on Instagram or Pinterest or YouTube tutorials and you could follow along very easily. These blend out very, very nicely. I might go back to this brush that I'm not thrilled with. I'm thinking of smoking out the look that I have right now. So I'm going to use this deep smoky maroon color. I think that one was called Chip. So I'm just going to stick that just on the outer corner, and then I'll blend that so that I can do a nice smoky eye. Okay, that one has like a teensy bit of fallout, but nothing major. It's really not that bad at all. It's just people are always so obsessed with fallout. So I thought I'd mention that. This is so pretty. Holy crap, this is so pretty. Okay, where do I go from here? Because I love what I have and I feel like I'm gonna mess it up by making it too dramatic. All right, and I'm gonna see how these apply just on a brush, and then if I need to use my fingers, I will. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use this pretty pinky shade. That one is called Faint. I'm just gonna take this flat brush. It has a name somewhere. I think that one is, would that be an oval shadow brush? I think. So I'm gonna take that shade. Oh, it like really doesn't pick up on the brush at all. It's like, yeah, it really doesn't pick up. Oh, it sort of applies though. So that's not too bad, but I think I'm just gonna use my fingers for this. They don't feel super buttery or anything in the pan. They actually remind me, the texture of them reminds me a lot of the Juvia's Place eyeshadows, just like the feeling of them. Oh, wow, that is super pretty and actually goes nicely with my highlight today. Super foiled, doesn't look chunky, but just glides on so easy and effortlessly. I'm super impressed. I can see why people went nuts over this palette when it first came out, because this is incredible. Like every shade I've used so far is consistently good. Fingers crossed, but like I haven't found any shade that doesn't perform well. I'd be curious to use some of the greens and purples, because I know, and the blues and stuff like that, like the cooler tone colors, because I know sometimes those can cause some problems. Just because of the nature of the pigments, they don't always blend so well. So I'd be curious to try out another look with those, and I probably, most likely, will be posting that. Okay, so I want to keep it actually kind of simple. I'm gonna just sort of, let's see, use a bit more of that smoky dark color just to smoke it out a bit more. Lower lash line, I'm going to use this flat, I think they call it a flat concealer brush. So I'm going to use that under my eyes. And let's see, I'm trying to think of colors that I haven't used yet. I don't want to like risk ruining this look, so I think I'm going to keep it relatively simple. I'm going to wet this with some Fix Plus. So I'm going to take some of this dark metallic red shade, which is called Cran Apple. Mix in a little bit of Fix Plus and put that on my lower lash line. Ooh, that is a cool color. I think this one's a concealer brush from Still Spa Essentials. It's got some highlighter on it, but I think I got most of it off. And now I'm going to highlight my inner corner and brow bone. I'm going to use this cool color. I think that one's called Obsessed. I'm going to put that in my inner corner to highlight it. These lighter, like pink and sort of yellowy colors could easily be used for just a face highlight. Like, no question about it. Okay, my video stopped recording. But yeah, I use eyeshadows as highlighters all the time and vice versa. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, they're probably essentially the same like type of product. They probably got more or less the same ingredients anyway, so I don't see a problem with that. Alright, so to highlight my brow bone, just because I want to use as many shades as I can, I think I'm going to take this first shade that I mistakenly put in my crease, which that one's called In Light. And oh, that's super pretty. Got like 5,000 different highlight colors going on today, but I don't even care. Oh, that is so freaking pretty. Okay, so that is about it for the look. I want to do something else on here, but I also don't want to ruin what I have. Because this sort of goes from like light to dark, I'm going to add a little bit of, let's do this shade at the end here. That one's called Little Lady. And I'm going to put that sort of in the center of my lid, just as sort of like another color on my lid. Let's just see what happens. I'm just going to use my fingers. It's like a similar color, but it's got a bit more like pinky tones to it. Since I'm still not satisfied with my blend of colors, I'm going to take some of this shade again. This one is called, I think that one was Roxanne? No, that one is Jax. Okay. I don't know if I've used that one actually, now that I think about it. But I'm going to put that just sort of as a transition to the darker shade. I forgot I don't like this brush. What was the other brush? What was I using? Here we go. This one. I'm basically like putting it over top of the shade that I just put on before. I'm trying to smoke it out. This is so freaking pretty. Like, I am not a pro at makeup at all, but I'm super impressed with this. Okay. So I think that's about it. I used about 13 of 35 shades, so that's not quite half, but I am freaking impressed. I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final look. Holy crap, I love this palette. As I mentioned before, I used about 13 shades or so out of the 35. So Yeah, it's about just under half of the shades, and I am blown away. This is such a good palette, consistently good. All the shades blend out really, really well, and it's so flattering and so stunning, and I'm so impressed. Like, I don't know why I was going in expecting that it would be bad. I guess maybe the controversy surrounding Jaclyn Hill and Morphe and, you know, these influencers that say something's good and then some people say that it's bad and then you don't know who to trust. But I am so impressed, and just like the shade range, and you can create so many looks with this palette, and it just blends beautifully. Now, about the Morphe brush set that I got. Where was it? This brush is the Crease Fluff brush. This one was not bad. I don't really know if I used it well. It seemed to work better for blending, whereas the Deluxe Blender brush, which I think is this one, I could be mixing them up. This one was not good at all for blending. It was too dense and too long. I feel like if it was shorter it might have been better for blending, but this was good for packing in color. Neither of these were amazing brushes, but they're okay. They're not bad. Like, I don't hate them, I don't love them. What else did I use? I briefly used this flat oval shadow brush, I think. And I used this one for a metallic shade, so I'll have to try it again with a matte and see, because maybe just the metallics don't really or like the foiled shades don't really pick up on this kind of brush. I'm not sure, so I'll give it a second chance because it looks like it could be a pretty decent brush. And what was the other one I used? This flat concealer brush. I liked it. It was good. I like the shape of it, actually. It's pretty cool. Really good for lower lash line stuff. Yeah, and that's about it. Brushes, I give them like a 4 out of 5. The Jaclyn Hill palette, I give like a 10 out of 5. Like, it's just so freaking good. Obviously I'll have to play around with all the shades and see, you know, what I can do with them. I'd love to create a completely like cool tone, like maybe like a smoky green look or something like that, especially because fall is just around the corner. So I think that'd be super, super pretty for fall, but really you can use this palette all year round. You can create so many different kinds of looks with it, and I'm just really happy about my purchase. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.